say na 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 na. I say na 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 na. I say na na na. I say na 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 na. I say na na na. I say na 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 na. I never had it easy. For the brands and the bling and the expensive thing, oh, I never had the money, never had nice living. And mama say, oh, you could have it all, just work hard for yours. I say, mama, you know I work hard for sure. Now Jaja bless me with the opportunity to fly country to country. Now I could drink champagne when I thirst. Now I could see only thing I never see. They say this hour you man so long. But I thank the father and the family. No bad mind boy, they can stop me. And every show I smiling cause trust me, life is so lovely. Whoa. And I'm far from finished. Whoa. And I can't believe it. No. See, I'm far from finished. Whoa. Love the life that I live in. I say na 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 na. I say na 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 na. Say na 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 na. I say na 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 na. I say na na na. I say na 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 na. I say na na na. I say na 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 na. Forever thankful for doubters in the past and the people who laugh on. Forever grateful for all the times I failed. And Papa say, oh, son, you can't give up. What's for you is for you. I said, Papa, you know I will never stop. No. Now Jaja bless me with the opportunity to fly country to country. Now I could drink champagne when I'm thirsty. Now I could see all the thing I never see. They say this how I eat man so long. But I thank the father and the family. No bad mind boy, they can stop it. And every show I'm smiling cause trust me, love is so lovely, boy. And I'm far from finished, boy. And I can't, no. See, I'm far from finished, boy. See, I'm far. And I love this life. I say na na na. I say na 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 na. Say na 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 na. I say na na na. I say na na. No, every little thing that I have, man, I'm thankful for. And I don't chase material thing cause I come from far. So every little thing that you have, be grateful for. And we don't chase material thing. No. I'm far from finished. I'm so far now. No, and I can't believe I'm far from finished. I'm so far now. I love this life. I say na na na. I say na na
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And the time now is 9:24 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's time for that part of the day where we welcome you to join us in our open forum. The number to call is 457-9997. The number to WhatsApp is also 457-9997. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube at WEFM 99.9 SVG. I'm trying to remember. What is it that had happened recently as it relates to prison?
All right, Good morning. We have a call at this time. You want to take a break? Hold a second. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yes. Excuse me. Good morning.
David needed to drink some honey before you call us, man.
I wish you could give me some of that honey you're talking about. Anyhow, I'm glad I got you because I picked you up was yesterday morning or the last time you were on, and you were saying that you don't love rapists. And who the other person was, or who the other people were?
Yes, I
You
said
don't love rapists
and thieves. I said I have no sympathy for rapists and thieves.
or thieves. Okay,
Yes,
fine.
thieves. Mm-hmm.
Rape. Well, maybe something good is happening. I haven't heard anything about rape in the country recently. I don't see I don't see what's going on in the paper like before.
Oh, well, maybe they haven't come to the attention of the public. Maybe that's the case. So, yeah.
So according to what you're saying, we still have rapists around?
I suppose so, but I mean, I can't say yes or no to that. But remember, a lot of times we only know about what's happening within society, especially at an alarming rate when it comes to our attention. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just found it interesting because when I heard you mention you don't love rape or whatever about rapists and so on, because we were ranking number 3 or number 4 according to some statistics few years back where rape is concerned in our country. And it's something I want to say though. I remember an interesting case here some years ago when Justice Bruce Lyle was alive. He spoke about, he dealt with a matter of rape in the court. And this is how it happened, according to how I read the story, that this young lady and a guy were caught having sex. And she shouted out rape. Why? Because her sister came in the same time. I don't know if you guys, remember that one. But she was having sex with a guy, and her sister, you didn't expect her sister to come in, wherever the sister went, came in and met them having sex. And then she said rape. So it was quite an interesting case. But I mentioned that too because don't forget, if you have a boyfriend, your husband, it is said that the wife or girlfriend can accuse them of rape.
Yes,
are you okay? Are you okay with that?
If I'm okay with it, yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. So sometimes it's a very sensitive, or what should I say? It is something that guys I want to say guys, men have to be careful with, because sometimes you and whoever you might be cohabiting with or going through that experience, if you make them get vexed, they could squeal on you and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing of it is it's a matter of consent. Once a woman says no, then no is no. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Do you agree in the act? Do you agree if they're in the act too? And you just say no? Do you think that should be something against the male? Both of you are in the act and you just say no, stop, or whatever. So we look at that.
If a woman wishes
Anyhow.
not... Are you following?
Dave, you can. That's a very odd thing to say. If you're if you're in the act and your partner says no, stop, wouldn't that immediately want you to stop? Like, what would possess you to want to continue? I'm genuinely confused by this. I don't know if you had anything to add, because I wanted to comment on what you said about rape in a relationship. You have any?
I just
Go ahead, Dave. Let's try to understand.
Trying to understand this. Yeah.
I just mentioned it. I give a story of what happened here some years ago with when Justice Bruce Lyle had to rule on it. Oh, I didn't say what he said. He said that obviously the young lady was enjoying it, but just because her sister came unexpectedly, she was so ashamed or whatever. So So it's a very touchy thing. It's a very sensitive thing. And like I said, the woman could get you in trouble, could get a man in trouble if he doesn't adhere. That's why I say if you're in the act and if and you call the rape, if you agree with that, if the woman, the female says well, rape, that in my opinion is very controversial because she enjoying it and just suddenly for some reason she said stop. That's it. Then I always do my time on that.
All right. If there's any situation where there,
okay, that
I thought you were saying by,
okay.
I thought you were saying by, if there's any situation where you're in the act and the woman says no,
to stop. You stop. Yeah, it shouldn't be of a question or debate. It's just stop.
Just stop. In community college, one of the first cases we did in law, when Miss Smith taught us, rest in peace, Miss Smith, was, is there rape in marriage?
And I believe this, yes.
And it's rape in marriage because we are no longer in those times where women are property. Correct. Although you marry, you're the property of your husband. We're far past that as a society. Now there's a case, Oregon versus Rideout. That was the first case in which someone stood trial for raping his spouse while they lived together. By 1993, marital rape was a crime nationwide. Still in the 90s, most states continue to differentiate between the way marital rape and non-marital rape were viewed and treated. Your partner is not your property. If your partner asks you to stop, stop. If you don't stop, guess what? It's rape.
But as you read that, I know that that's what applied to the US, but I wonder what our laws
That's interesting. That is very. I wonder what UK law says.
Yeah, but laws or no laws, the point is, once a woman, and I always say this too, even if the act has begun and a woman, for whatever reason, quote unquote, changes her mind and she says to stop.
So RVR in 1991, the decision was made by the House of Lords, determined that under English criminal law, it is a crime for a husband to rape his wife. So that was since 1991. Should have been before that, but that's since 1991.
Interesting topic that Dave
it's an interesting thing.
And it just seemed a little bit so random, but I mean, the point is this section is called Talk to Me. So,
but let me also say, I do understand his point where some women can get you into trouble, whether it's they're embarrassed or it could be that they're cheating on their spouse and they decide, you know what, to save myself, let me throw this man under the bus. I understand what he's saying, but the way he phrased it
I think
was so weird.
Yeah, it just came across a little bit random. So, all right, Dave. I mean, maybe you raising the topic this morning and our voices being heard, addressing it, maybe cement something in the minds of some men. Let's hope, so maybe indirectly, maybe directly. Thank you for that.
Well, the lines are still open, 457-9997. The number to WhatsApp, 457-9997. We're live on Facebook and YouTube.
All right, I just saw another point that someone raised. It's not necessarily for us to discuss, but it is Talk to Me, so I'm just going to read it. They mentioned that Antigua pensioners are about to get an increase on their receivables from the government. It was said on SBGTV News a couple of nights ago. He heard it for himself. Due to the skyrocketing prices going on in our country, we as pensioners here in SVG needed to. All right, so that was just something someone has noted, and we're just raising it here. All right, Ari?
Boy, Dave threw me off completely with that. What I wanted to talk about was the accident report. Because how much weeks now we coming in here and we saying, yo, please take all the times on it.
Okay, so you would read it, and then I would tell you my thoughts on something.
All right. So I'm reading from One News. The country has seen an increase in the number of motor vehicle accidents recorded so far for the third quarter of this year, which compared to 2022. According to the statistics from the traffic branch, there is a 5% increase in motor vehicle accidents for the third quarter of 2023 when compared to the same period in 2022. The Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force said in a press release that there are 594 reported accidents in said quarter of 2022 and 621 in 2023 for the same period under review. There were 6 and 4 fatal accidents respectively. In the post, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force urged motorists to drive within the speed limit as it said, speeding is one of the leading causes of these accidents. It also urged members of the public to adhere to the traffic laws and regulations. It doesn't really say much more about this. It's just saying drive carefully and road rage and stuff like that. The main focus is the number.
All right, so for those on it live, Ari, I don't know how.
Oh, just click there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so while Ari helps me out with a little technical situation, so what I found interesting is even the number, and there's something that I always say in Vincy, in that the way people drive, there is a wonder for me that we don't have more road fatalities. So no, and I'm not even trying to be dismal. It is the reality of the situation.
Okay. I know, because you're not in my mind, right? I'm just thinking of all the curves. And when you say fatal, I think about how some people take these cars and how you could shoot over and die. A lot of people end up parking in people's houses. A lot.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because we say it sometimes, and we say it jokingly and fancy, that we know how to turn corners into straight roads, right? We say it as a joke, but it's not supposed to be taken in a literal context, which is what many persons do. So the thing of it is that, yes, we have a figure of what is it, 620?
621.
621 accidents and so forth. But the reality of what the situation is for me is that this is a high number, yes, but for the way in which some people drive in SVG, we probably truly are living in the land of the blessed because of the fact that we don't have as many road fatalities. So it's not to encourage any persons to continue to drive recklessly. We don't want it, and we're not going to count on or expect God to always be there for us. Kind of had to use common sense at sometimes, or let it step in as well. And it's not about showing your skills as a driver and all that. I remember one time, we're off a little tangent here, but there was a time I was in a van from Bookament, and there were some tourists who decided to, be like the natives and took a van. And it was so amusing to me that they even took a van in the first place, and the van had on plastic on the seats. So every time we turn around a corner, everybody's sliding on the seats. And I remember them saying, wait, so everybody in here is like a NASCAR driver. And the most I could have done is chuckle Ari, because the thing of it is that was the reality of what it was. Everybody drives at a pace in Vincy. And you always say sometimes too that if you could drive in Vincy, you could drive anywhere in the world. But let's not try to take it to that extent. I mean, the thing of it is that we really should drive with due care, caution, and what police say? That's what they say. Anything else?
I don't remember.
Care or caution? I don't know. Something.
I don't remember.
Right?
Let me see what people saying on WhatsApp while they speak, please.
Right. Right. So to drive with some care and attention on the roads. The thing of it is that you also have to be driving for other people. As a driver, you have to be thinking about the person in front of you. You have to also be thinking for pedestrians. It's a lot of concentration that has to go into it, and it's not about showing your skills here on the road. Just let's do better. Let's do better as a society.
I wholeheartedly agree. And the thing is, we focus on van drivers because those are the ones that stand out to us. Those guys are really interesting drivers on the road. But there are a lot of people doing a lot of foolishness. You're stopping in a corner.
Drivers, who it is I just refer to? Rentals.
Truck drivers.
Listen. Once I see a rental behind me and trying to overtake, I would slow down and give you the space to park because I ain't able.
You know what grind my gears? People who stop in corners and don't call you or stop you. They just stop in the corner and you they're talking to people. You just
be upset with? Man, I'm upset with any part of the road because our roads are narrow.
Yeah, but then any part of the road, you could see yourself, but in a corner, you cannot see what's coming. And it's your job as the driver to stop the person behind or call them.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off, especially when van drivers do it, because you guys already know how you drive. But it's equally annoying when regular drivers do it.
Yeah.
because then I have to use my own judgment in going around the corner, and that in itself can cause an accident. And you know why that needs to happen as well? Because when the traffic department or whoever is responsible for putting up the mirrors that we can see around the corners, put them up, people decide we don't deserve no mirrors, so we break them. There are so many causes.
And Harry's taking a deep breath.
But it's really annoying. There's so many causes to the high number of vehicular accidents in St. Vincent and Grenadines, and I really wish that we will pay more attention to the laws of the road. And if you can't,
it's just drive with common sense to me. That's basically what it is for me. Just drive with some common sense.
Don't do things that you don't do things that you know you cannot do. A lot of people think there's big drive. You know the thing when alcohol tell me I'm a big dancer. Anything that's tell Vincent Johns I'm a big driver, and they just try to do the most foolish things.
You know, that's why one of the reasons too, it is, especially for me on a Friday night, I don't like to go out. I feel like sometimes people just be so happy that it's a Friday.
And they Tokyo drift
forward to the weekend, and people just drive any which way.
Tokyo drift weekends.
And people, please, when you're driving, try as much as possible to stay on your hand.
Oh God!
I think that is one of the other things that gets me so upset. You know, the other day I was coming down, I was driving, and a vehicle was significantly off their hand, and then I had to look down and I realized it was a rental. You know, and I'm just saying it was a good thing that another vehicle wasn't approaching at the time. Otherwise, straight away, right away, there would have been an accident.
Now listen, I just always say there were people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines just be on your hand, you would swear as a watch. You would swear as a watch how they always on your hand. I don't understand it. There's a line. Well, there's an invisible line in some places, but there's a line that you could use your own judgment to know.
Road markings?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of road markings.
We don't have a lot.
Yeah, but then use your judgment. There's no reason why you should be on my hand. Now, if it is that we're going around one of those funny corners and you think you could go straight instead of pull, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see a vehicle coming, don't do it. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Right? But people need to exercise common sense in the driving. We're 3 minutes off in a community dateline, so we'll just hop right into that quickly. I need to stop saying hop right into that. I don't know. I like
jump right into it.
Let's jump right into a community dateline.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.